What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the AM, guys. Welcome back to 5 Minute Rants. I'm your host, Michael Abernathy, and welcome to the journey predicated on life and business, the show predicated on the journey of life and business. Anyways, guys, I'm just going to head and jump straight into it. It is the little things, okay? And life is made up of the little things, and this is what I'm getting at. All big victories, all big accomplishments, all major achievements in your life are made up of small steps. And oftentimes why we don't see victory or why we don't see what we're working towards happen is because we keep skipping the steps to get us there. We keep trying to shortcut and cut out steps and cut out the consistency of just walking forward one step at a time. All right, think of it this way. No one summits a mountain by skipping all the steps in between. Right? You can't say that you climbed Mount Everest if you're going to get there by helicopter. I know physically it's not possible to do that, and we're not going to talk about why. But the point is you're not going to summit Mount McKinley, Mount Everest, or any mountain if you ride in a helicopter. Summiting means climbing all the way up there, and that's how life works. That's how the victories in life work. That's how our achievements in life work, small steps. Now, the point is it is important to be consistent with the small steps, and it is important to try and do as many small steps as possible. Okay. And here's the key though. Most of us get stuck on starting because we just see the huge mountain ahead of us and we don't focus on the small things. So for instance, if you're trying to get your health in order and going back to the 5 pillars of life I've talked about before: health, finances, property, relationships, and work, right? Let's just say your health is in complete disarray. Your physical, emotional, and spiritual health, all of them are in complete disarray. Well, you need to start somewhere, okay? But most of us are like, man, I can't go to the gym. I'm not a bodybuilder. I'm not a marathon runner. Great, you don't have to be. Start drinking water in the morning. Start stretching. Small steps. Every morning, 8-ounce glass of water and stretch. First thing in the morning before you do anything, right? Or like, hey, I want to get better at discipline. I want to get better at work and organization. Okay, make your bed every morning. One small step. And then once you make your bed every morning, add another step and another step and another, and it grows. See, momentum is contagious. And once you start getting momentum, it is very easy to start rolling downhill. But it's the same thing for being stuck. If you're stuck, it's just hard to get out of that position if you're always trying to do the next greatest thing or the next biggest thing. And if you look at even how a lot of the major companies were built, they spent like 10 years in a garage. Like Google was like 10 years as a small company before any funding. Like go over the history of Apple. They just didn't suddenly arrive there. But we look at that and think, wow, all these major people, Steve Jobs, all the founders of Google, all these people arrived there all of a sudden. They were huge companies, and it doesn't work like that. Honestly, it's the journey up front and all the small steps and the consistency. Consistency is so much more important, by the way, than just hard effort. Like you can look at the facts of consistency and the statistics behind it. Like 15 minutes of every day, 15 to 30 minutes of every day for a whole entire year is better than practicing 3 hours in one get-go sporadically. And I think if you do 15 to 30 minutes, like you become in the top 90% of that skill set within a year. That's crazy to think about. And that includes sales, that could include negotiations, that could include music, football, whatever you're doing, sports. But the thing is, it's the consistency that matters, and you build on consistency. And so you want to get your finances in order. Great. You're in a lot of debt. Great. Tackle the small steps. Seriously, tackle the small steps there first. Plan everything out, break everything down into small steps to climb up that mountain. You're not getting up the mountain if you just go and try and take massive steps the whole time. You're not going to summit it. If you try and sprint up the mountain, you're going to burn out before you've even gotten there. And so it's the slow, steady, continuous walking and consistent steps each and every day. It really is like the tortoise and the hare. It is the slow and steady. It really does win the race if you've ever heard that story before. And I think we miss this because in our age currently, instant gratification is out there. So like, You think about this, you don't even have to cook anymore. You're just heating things up in microwaves, or you're ordering Uber Eats and the food is there. And so we've lost all the small consistency of cooking our own food. If you've never cooked your own food before, I encourage you to do so because it's a journey and it actually brings so much self-gratification. Like, you know how many people can't cook nowadays? It's really blown my mind. You learn to cook and you learn to love yourself that way and start taking care of the small steps, you'll watch your health change too. Anyways, guys, I'm out of time, so I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.